Hey, welcome to the Breakthrough podcast, and it's really as an amazing time that you gave time to be here. So first of all, can I just say congratulations to the three of you? You are the top four. We're just missing one. Yes, put your hands together. Top four on specific awards. Sir Eugene Acevedo for business, and Sir Dennis Balahaja for entrepreneurship, and Brill Sena Rosa for learning and development. So siguro po, tanungin ko lang po kayo on certain things. The topic, the theme for last year was transformational leadership. And I just want to ask you guys, what are some of the challenges that you face recently that could serve as a lesson for other leaders like me and the ones in this audience and the ones who are listening in this podcast? What are the challenges that you face as leaders? Who would like to go first? Sir Eugene?
Okay. Ian was right. Transformation is about culture. When we think about what our companies or businesses should be, we need to imagine a set of values and norms that would result in a successful organization. The problem is people are people, and they do not necessarily change behavior or their values very quickly. This is where transformational leadership is important. To me, it's less of a challenge because I'm blessed with a leadership team that shares my values. So we're moving in that direction. No? But what is important is we stay consistent.
Yeah.
And I think what the overriding purpose or goal or vision that drives us needs to be something that's inspirational. It cannot be, we need to be number one, number two, etc. It has to, anything we do has to have meaning to each one, to our employees, even to ourselves. And only then will it really start moving in the right direction. So it's, sorry for the long answer.
No, yeah.
But transformational leadership is very, very crucial to me and my organization.
Yeah, I love your point on values and culture. And I guess it helps a lot that, for example, RCBC, where you serve now as president and previously in Union Bank, when you have organizations that are very keen in championing values and culture, but what advice can you give to business leaders, for example, who's starting up their own organization? What key advice can you give them?
I'm not an entrepreneur, so there are people who can explain this better. But you know, in any organization, you have to have that vision. No? A transformational leader starts with a vision that everybody embraces. It's the same thing with businesses. I think you need that. Otherwise, what drives you to wake up in the morning? And when things become difficult, what will drive you? When you have problems, what will drive you? That drives you. In my case, what drives me is I'm responsible for 6,400 individuals and their families. The bank has to do well. To me, it's personal. If I don't wake up early in the morning, if I go wishy-washy, 6,400 get affected and their families. That's why I take my job seriously, and I'm sure the entrepreneurs feel the same way.
Well, I'm about to shift the microphone to Dennis because I'm sure he'll be able to give a. He ran his business on double-edged dragon. Dragon Edge Group.
Yes.
Successfully. I love your title. It's Chief Evangelizing Officer.
We evangelize the people to our brands. Yes.
I was about to ask that. What messages are you sharing to your people that drives their values and build a culture?
Well, the purpose of Dragon Edge, we've been able a few years ago to put it down. We realize it's to spread joy, excellence, and positivity through our brands. So if there's something we can do as a company, aside from solving problems when you go under the sun at the beach or taking care of your kids, it's really through our products to be able to spread joy and excellence and positivity. And we do that not only with our brands, but how we relate to the people, we call them the Dexters, those working in Dragon Edge.
Wow, a funny story lang. I think we use one of your products. I think it's Fetina.
Felina.
Felina. I saw it in the bathroom one time. We have 15 cats. So for a while, I thought it's for the cats. It's for a different cat. Then my
Yes.
wife explained it to me. But we
Congratulations.
it's a learning experience. You'll discover it if you check it out. So we are consumers of your product.
Fantastic.
That is, Brill, you're a learning and development specialist, right? So
I can't get over with the Felina.
I'll tell you later.
wanna-
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I was in the bathroom. I saw a product named Felina. It has a cat in it. So I was like, oh, it's for our babies. And then I read further.
Feline.
It's not. All right, but then, yeah.
Spreading joy.
Google search na lang if you want to discover what I'm saying. But we are consumers. Brill over here is a learning and development expert. And since we're talking about culture, what were the challenges for most leaders or for you when you want to help build the culture for Shopee? Shopee.
Shopee. Yep.
That's
should
better.
Be the
Hindi ko-
intro.
hindi ko magaya,
Yep,
right?
that should be the intro. Thank you, Sir Boris. I think right now, what I can think of would be last year. Basically, there are two top of mind challenges that we encountered. First is a perennial challenge that I believe all of us really are still facing until now, and that is we continuously, as a leader, we continuously are doing the balancing act. Balancing act of delivering results, but at the same time taking care of your folks. We need to do both. I know that it's somehow a process that you enable your people first so that you can deliver results, but at times there are instances wherein you are forced to oh my gosh, I need to critically think, how can I deliver results if my people are not ready, if there are still lots of things that they need in order to perform. So I guess that's one. Second one is, I think an emerging concern at the moment would be how we can adapt to the new technologies, including AI. So in Shopee, yes, we are a tech company, but somehow we are still trying to learn the ropes for us in when it comes to how we can maximize AI, the use of AI in not just in operations, but internally as part of the HR team. How can we even apply it specifically for learning and development?
Yeah.
Because pretty much for companies like Shopee, of course, their priority is the platform. But then, yes, we're somehow already leading the AI. We're leading AI with our external platform. However, internally, that's not the case yet. So it's somehow we're left to think of ways on how we can we can do that. So yeah, those are for me, I guess the challenges from last year.
I love how we are progressing from that conversation of, so it's people and tech. How do you now marry and balance that together? Cascading and spreading positivity and the good vibes, the good culture that's not toxic, and building culture all together is really something. I'm going to shift here, so thank you for those advice. How did you feel when you found out that you were part of the top 30? I'm going to start with you, Sir Eugene.
Stop calling me sir. Thank you, Boris.
Mr. Acevedo? They're just kidding. Go ahead.
I actually started posting at around the time the last top 30
Okay.
was announced. So I'm about 14 months of posting. By the way, most of the things I posted went into that second book. The one that I shared with you, I hope you each
The
get a
book that you
copy.
gave away.
Yes,
All right.
that's January to July 2024, and then the third book, hopefully coming out in 2-3 months, is from July to December.
Okay.
All from LinkedIn.
Wow.
I just realized I enjoyed it, and getting into the top 30 was gravy, was icing on the cake rather. I liked what I saw. I know some of those in the community. Ellen's my classmate. Nerissa I've known for a while. Uh, it's a crowd I want to be part of.
Yeah.
That's why I was happy to be welcomed into the group. Thank you very much.
I'm also curious. I checked your profile. It says there you are a lecturer of physics.
Yes.
Once upon a time. How is that paying off this nowadays? Nagagamit mo ba yung physics? Ano mo?
Well, my wife tells me that the only benefit of being a physics major or a physics lecturer is that when people meet me, they assume that I'm not dumb. That's about the only thing. Yeah, but,
That's what I thought too.
But actually, it helps because we're into AI, we're into machine learning, coding. I used to do a lot of coding when I was a kid. So finally, before I do whatever else I want to do in my life, I'm able to use what I used to learn, what I used to do almost 40 years ago. Yeah, it is what it is. But I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you. Dennis, before you answer how you felt, I know for a fact that chemistry management ba ang background mo, sir?
Management of Applied Chemistry.
Management of applied chemistry. Wow. We're in the company of geniuses here, okay? Brainy guys.
Science.
Brill, on the other hand, is a nursing graduate. Yeah. Diba? And now he's in the learning and development sphere. So nung na-discover niyo, sir, na nasa LinkedIn kayo, top 30, ano yung reaction niya?
My very first reaction is, scam ba to?
Did you check the link? Did you check
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, you investigate, diba? Parang, okay, in this time and age, parang you wanna make sure that you're responding to something authentic.
That's
diba?
true.
Yeah. And
Di ba kasi
hindi pa.
ang dami-
Hindi pa.
I'm sure you
Diba?
received that as well. Emails
That's how
after
it goes.
emails,
You,
right?
you don't ask in the first, so dahan-dahan muna yan. And then, I don't remember. I think I said something to my wife. No, my wife is the beautiful lady there sitting in black. Emily, no? My wife.
The title is Mother of Marketing,
Yes.
right?
She
If you're
is the
chief
mother of-
evangelizing, is Mother of Marketing.
Yes, and then hindi ko sinabi because sabi ko, parang may nag-email and then hindi ko na sinabi sa kanya na during, naalala ko pa one of our stopovers, I answered the questions. And I remember answering it very passionately because one of the reasons I want to speak out, and it's, those who know me, I'm an introvert. I really am not looking to be the one speaking to many people. It's just that napansin ko, the next generations, they're exposed to so many wrong things in social media. So, makikita ko doon, may ifo-forward sa akin. Actually, hindi natin nakikita yon because it's part of the bubble that they see. But some of the young ones, or my kids and others, they would forward some materials that are questionable to me. Nakalagay doon, quiet quitting. You give the bare minimum. And then it trends, but we don't see it because that's not our circle. And I said, we have to say our part para it's not the only input that they see and that they can think about it. I'm not there to force the young, the youth, the next generations. It's for them to choose, but they need to hear another side of the story.
Wonderful. Thank you. Patuloy niyo po yung pagpo-post niyo sa LinkedIn. Continue to inspire. We'd love to hear more of your insight, Dennis. You guys would love to hear this. What was happening sa buhay ni Brill when he found out that he was one of the top 30 leaders of LinkedIn. Tell us, Brill.
Oh my gosh. So this is like a telenovela thing. But because that was last November. So paano ba to? How will I start? So when I saw the email, it was already like two days na sent sa akin po yun. So I was really not checking emails that time because there were a lot of things going on in my life, in our life. Because November 29, that was our church wedding. And then a day before our church wedding, my wife's mom passed away because of cancer. So it was like milestone after milestone. I'm not even sure if that's a milestone, but it's a major event, right? Losing a life event. So, and then I stumbled on that particular email. I was like, I don't know. It was really a roller coaster of emotions. I can't even tell my wife yet because I know that during that time she's mourning. So I can't say, hey, you know, ako rin mismo. I can't even like hindi ko ma-celebrate siya fully because we're mourning. And it's so hard because we were also so tired that time. But one thing's for sure, I'm deeply honored. In fact, just if I really just want to speak my mind. When I saw like the video, I saw the profile of my colleagues who was part of the top 30. I felt unworthy. So yeah, that just to be honest, because I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I part of this group? So, but then later on, I think that's part two of the roller coaster of emotions. Later on, syempre what ang nangibabaw na po sa akin would be I was so inspired, and I'm like really driven to like be more committed to like really help. Alam ko na I may be not as experienced as everyone is. Pero I'm already a leader for more than a decade, and I know that nandun din naman yung puso ko, nandun din yung malasakit, nandun din yung desire and deep passion to like really help fellow leaders. So, yun, right now I'm really just thankful.
Well, you deserve it. You're worthy. Just know that, Brill. And age is just a number. Ano ba akala mo sa amin? Matanda na kami?
Ay, wala pa ako sinabing age.
Can I just clarify?
Credentials po yung sinabi
Ilan
ko.
taon na ba itong batang to?
Wala po akong nabanggit na age.
Si Sir nga, hindi nag-react.
I'm just kidding. Mukhang bata lang po yan. 45 years old na po. Just kidding.
Hindi rin naman.
You know, I really would like to get to know you better. Maybe after the interview in the fellowship and maybe some other time of catching up and meeting. But I just need to wrap up this time, this RTD. I'm going to put together two questions into one. What does it mean to be a top leader for you? And how do you sustain that? And can that double up as a message to our colleagues who's here and leaders who are listening and watching the podcast as well? I'll begin with you, Brill, and then we'll end with Dennis and Sir Eugene, okay?
Like how to be a top leader?
What does it mean to be a top leader for you? And then how do you sustain that? And may it be the message for other leaders who are listening to you right now. Share it to them as well.
What does it mean to be a top leader? I think for me, it's really a big responsibility, a huge responsibility. Top of mind now is I'm instead of like being parang ma-inflate yung ego natin. For me, it's a reminder for us to like really be able to. The focus shouldn't be on us, not on me, but it's really with my team members. How can I serve them better? And one thing's for sure, I need to like, ako personal take ko po to, I need to be able to like really step back and be able to trust them more. So it's like transitioning, wala naman dapat sa atin yung spotlight. Dapat dinadala natin intentionally yun sa kanila. So, and deliberately, we need to like be able to do that. So, ang challenge ngayon is, kung ako nakapasok sa top 30, paano ko aakayin din yung mga team members ko para makapasok din sila. Hindi lang naman dito sa top 30, but other opportunities for them to also excel as a leader and then at the same time be recognized for their hard work and for their dedication.
Naalala ko tuloy yung Patrick Lencioni pyramid, di ba? You trust them, but then you invert the pyramid later on because you empower your people so they could also shine. Thank you, Brill. Sir Dennis?
Dennis na lang please, Boris.
Dennis, go.
So, to me, leadership is like parenting. I remember one of our daughters, yung daughter namin, si Polly, when she was around 6 years old, I was ready to go to school. Ako'y mag-ahatid very early in the morning. Tapos biglang bumaba siya, naka-uniform na, nandun na yung bag. I don't want to go to school. Sabi ng daughter namin, Okay? So sabi ko, okay, mamili ka anak, sabi ko. School or attic? Kasi yung bahay namin may attic eh, no? Iyak siya. Attic. O di, okay, akyat kami ng hagdan. Punta kami ng second floor ng bahay, dumalapit na sa attic, na pinakita ko sa kanya, that's the attic. Okay. Polly, school or attic? Dad. Attic. Okay, binuksan ko na yung hagdanan. Sabi ko, aakyat ka doon, madilim doon. Mandumes. Polly, this is your last chance. School or attic? Attic. Matigas talaga si Polly. So parang pera o ba yung sa generation ko. Sorry ah. So, okay. As difficult as it may be, no? Okay. Inalalayan ko paakyat. Tapos sabi ko, papatayin ko na yung ilaw. School or attic? Attic. So pinatay ko na ilaw, sinara ko na. After school. Sabi niya gano'n. So bumaba na kami. Hinatid ko na siya school. Polly's 19 years old now. She's second year college in Ateneo in one of the most difficult courses, management engineering. She excelled in grade school, in high school. And recently, she shifted because sabi niya, she shifted out of the course because her priority is football. So she's part of Ateneo football varsity, women's, no? And I think as leaders, and as parents, it's our job not only to provide for today, but to prepare them for the future. And in doing so, you'd have to make unpopular decisions. You'll be unpopular, difficult. You have to do some sacrifice. But we have to guide them, give them the skills, the attitude that they need to be able to thrive in the future. If we only focus on the present, then we'd fail the people we lead who look to us to lead them to the future.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you so much. Eugene.
Nakalimutan ko yung speech ko.
Na-inspire ka masyado kay Dennis. Yeah,
Every
my God.
time I'll see the attic, I'll remember you. There's something I've been doing the last almost 12 months, and that's mentoring. I did this. I started doing this about 20 years ago, but I volunteered on LinkedIn to mentor 10 young people below 40. And then the ones above 40 started complaining, so I got another 5 of them. And eventually I ended up with 41. 42, actually. And then when it started, I began feeling the responsibility of making sure that my content was useful. So much so that many fellow bankers and etc. in Makati and everywhere else call my post their daily bread. I feel responsible because young leaders are reading it and putting enough thought or minutes thinking about it. For me, just like you, it's an obligation to do a better job, no? But I think we need to go beyond this because most of the people I mentor come from families who were already okay, no? I discovered something recently, Boris, and that is, I found out that there's a huge disparity of the success rate between those who go to the regular schools in Manila and versus those who go to schools in the province. So, I once went to they invited me to a school in Bohol. I said yes, of course. And then I asked them, how many of you have parents who did not attend college? Nako, 8 or 9 out of 10. Wow. And if you check research, there's a huge difference between the income and wealth of first-generation college graduates and second-generation college grads. Our children have us to guide them. Who will be guiding first-generation college students? PSTD will be one organization doing that. I think for the next 15 or so years of my life will be devoted to that. Thank you.
Wow. So all the more bagay yung suggestion ni Sir Ray ba yun? About, he did say that kailangan magkaroon ng junior top 30. Thank you for mentoring the younger generation. Well, there you have it. Guys, put your hands together to 3 of the top 30 leaders of LinkedIn in 2024. Thank you for giving us your insights and may you continue to bless others with your leadership and all the work that you do. Maraming salamat po.